In August of 2016, 12 gypsy souls embarked in a caravan to the Pacific coast from Boise, Idaho. Our fate lay in the hands dealt by the expedition's mastermind, Mike Allen.
He's eating the crab. The crab's still alive.
We traveled 800 miles by car, ferry, and water taxi to arrive at the remote, isolated Tatchu Peninsula of British Columbia. Our mission? To backpack the wild and rugged shoreline from tiny Port Eliza to the peninsula's northern tip, Rugged Point Provincial Park. The success of our venture depended on planning and preparation. A knowledge of tidal fluctuations allowed passage of tidal shelves and surge channels that could prove fatal if mistimed. Two days of travel finds our group on the edge of the continent, ready to explore this thin perimeter of Earth, where land and sea and sky collide, creating a fascinating natural landscape, so unlike our Idaho home.
Joy. We can't ride like this?
What? No, you can't.
It's not legal. This isn't Titanic?
Thanks for everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see ya in a week. See you in a week.
Maybe.
Stepping off the water taxi, packs are shouldered up for the 6-mile trek along the old logging road that will lead to the beach. The road runs through heavily forested mountains and feels remote, but the reality is that this second largest island in the Pacific has been logged repeatedly in the past 2 centuries, and very little old-growth forest remains. The band of gypsies thrash the final half-mile of undergrowth and emerge onto the beach at Yellow Bluff, site of the first night's camp. The sensation of wild solitude is palpable. Excited, with a tinge of anxiety, we pitch tents and collect firewood, keeping an eye out for the wildlife we know lurks just beyond the driftwood. The second day brings anticipated challenges. Sea cliffs to scale, a surge channel to traverse, just staying upright on the slick and treacherous footing. We all manage with the help of some teamwork.
Get them up there. You feel comfortable?
Yeah.
It does happen.
Yeah, once in a great one.
Did you see the one straight line back here of the other material next?
Da da da.
Better be careful when you're slipping.
A fantasy landscape of sandstone sculptures riddled with Tofoni formations of miniature caves and tunnels, mazes and shelves, delights and amazes us.
Fair to Midland.
We feel blessed with our blue skies. Sunlit forests, freshwater streams, and numerous wildlife sightings rounds out the day. Day 3 begins, as every day begins, with our group up and on the move before the sun rises. The ethereal morning mist lingers in layers over the exposed tidal pools and kelp beds. The sun slowly lights the day, bestowing on us yet another perfect morning. An early start enables us to coordinate our hike with the low tides and get around the points that were otherwise impassable. We also get into camp early in the day and enjoy lazy afternoons, creating imaginative campsites, exploring the beaches, hanging out in hammocks, having long conversations. And there were a few surprises.
No, it's not a job.
Our fourth day, the landscape diversifies, greeting us with long, gorgeous stretches of white sandy beaches, punctuated by rocky headlands and cliff scrambles.
that's perfect. You have long legs, you'll have a really easy dip.
Yeah.
Don't even put much weight on your butt.
Wildlife sightings continue, but we greet them with less anxiety. We are visitors here, and this is their home. They will continue to carry on after we are gone. We don't really concern them.
We're going to be gone a lot longer than a half hour.
This textural world erodes the traces we leave, creating beauty both ephemeral and ongoing. Moving on to our final camp, we entered the boundaries of Rugged Point Provincial Park. The terrain here dictates an inland route past Grosse Point, using ropes and ladders to aid our passage. Our solitude is broken here. We meet others, kayakers, who explore the region not by land, but by sea. There is much to explore here. We day hike to the outer reaches of Rugged Point, thrashing our way through thick forest, slogging through the quicksand muck of exposed tidal flats. The sea life has exploded here, with sea stars and anemones in a parade of colors. Our final day, we begin our transition back to the world we left behind this past week. It is a gradual reintroduction, starting with another early morning hike across the narrow peninsula of Rugged Point. Our water taxi picks us up from the beach and transports us back to tiny Fair Harbor. We reversed the journey that got us here with cars and ferries and custom agents. We returned back home to the mountains of Idaho, bringing with us a little sand, a few shells, a pebble or two, and a trove of precious coastal memories.